All right. So alrighty. So the purpose of tonight's Coastal Magic 2022 virtual programming is to talk about cover design. And we have Hildie, Hildie McQueen. I wasn't sure if I was coming across because I wasn't getting any response. I was like, did I suddenly mute myself? Okay, so Hildie McQueen and Kiernan Kelly, who are going to share their thoughts on awesome covers and what goes into making awesome covers. And we are going to actually make some covers. I've been cutting out things from magazines so that we can put together the essential pieces of a good cover design and make up our own covers as we're going. So Miss Hildie, why don't you let anyone who may not be familiar with your awesomeness, what it is that you write, and then we will have Kiernan do the same.
Well, hello, everybody. I write medieval Highlander romance for the most part. I do dabble a little bit in Regency, but my heart is in the medieval Highlands. So that is what I write, medieval Highlander historical romance. And right now, as you can tell by the little subtle hints and books to the side here.
Kilts, lots of kilts.
Lots of kilts.
Lots of kilts. All right, Miss Kiernan, what can we find on your bookshelf?
I write mostly GLBT romance. I write in all the genres, just about. I also write some horror, and I write YA under Dakota Chase, also under the GLBT spectrum.
Fantastic. So we have very widely variety of cover art that we're going to be finding from what you each have on your own bookshelves. So this is going to be fun. So let's start off. Do you have a favorite book cover of your own books? Do you have one specific book that is your favorite? The favorite cover?
Who are you asking first?
Either one. Do either one of you have one?
Oh, I like the purple one back here. I don't know why. I just love his muscles and his long hair. And it's funny because purple's not one of my favorite colors, but that one always draws my eye. So yeah, I do like these guys with the chestises and everything, but for some reason, I think that one is really romantic.
And which one is that?
That is Highland Archer.
Gotcha. And do you think it's just the color? Is there anything about
No, I think it's the pose of, it's like that classic historical romance pose where, the back probably hurts, but it looks so good when you see it on the cover. It's just like so. And then the fact that his shirt is just
very passionate,
fallen by magic to show off his muscular shoulders and arms. And then the guy flowing man hair. I just, I really think it's really beautiful. But yeah, for the most part, I think that was really pretty, but my favorites overall I prefer is when there's a guy on the cover by himself, with the chest and again, I prefer muscular men on my cover, so that's why.
You're an abs girl, is what I'm hearing.
I am totally an abs girl. Yes.
Well, I can't find fault in that.
Thank you.
Miss Kiernan, do you have a overall top favorite of all of your covers?
An absolute favorite. This is my favorite cover.
Yeah, very cool.
Paul Richmond did this cover, and I think he just captured the soul of the book.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Exactly what you're going to be reading, and it's just a stunning book. I love the colors. I love the font. I love everything about that book.
That's cool. That's cool. So you mentioned font. So I'm looking through my covers, right? My little pages that I've pulled out, and I'm looking for something in particular that I pulled that I thought would be a fun thing for a title. And the font was really cool in this. So how much do you think the font plays a part in the cover art? Is the font in the type, is it a big deal, or is it really not that big a deal? Like this, I have this. I thought that was fun. Alien bees illuminating the galaxy. I think that's gonna be my first book cover title. I'm cutting that out right now to make my first cover title.
I think fonts are super important from a designing standpoint, because if you don't have the right font, number one, you need a font that's going to go with the style of the book. So
Right.
You don't want a font that looks really magic-y on an Old West book or on, a horror book.
Right.
So you need a font that's going to be compatible with the subject matter, but it also needs to be readable. You need to be able to read that font from a thumbnail or from, it's got to be really legible.
I think that's a good font for that.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my this is gonna be my sci-fi. I'm gonna do a romance after this.
Nothing irritates me more than when I have to sit there and try and figure out what that title is, because I can't, the font is too artsy.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's not clear enough.
Right.
In my opinion.
What about, well, Hildie, with yours, a lot of yours are historical, so I imagine you have a lot of that that old world,
Yes, but at the same time, it's like Kiernan said, you have to be able to see it. So if you can see these here, even though they're kind of like old-timey swirly fonts because they are historical, hopefully you can still read the titles like the lion and the eagle. You can still see it from a distance. And like she said, when you see it this little on Amazon, you have to be able to read my name and the title. One thing I will say, because my name used to be here, you see the new font that I used for my name, it used to be this one, and it's a little bit harder to read. Even though it's pretty, and the way I like the way my name swirled, it was a little bit harder to see. And it's the same up here. I think it's the same one here in this For Winds Collide. It's the same on both of these, and just a little bit harder to see, but because it was the old-timey font. Now this one here is a contemporary Western, and you can see how my name is done differently because it's more
very
modern.
obvious. Yeah, very obvious.
Yes, that's some contemporary. So yeah, there's definitely the font tells a little bit, adds to the cover, and tells a lot more about. Every genre has certain fonts that you begin to relate with the genre.
Like this one might be my romance. My second cover that I do, I'm going to do a romance, and this one might be my cover. See that font? Very slim.
Yeah, definitely. That says contemporary romance to me.
That screams rom-com to me.
It does. It really does.
It does. But on that background, I mean, for the ad, it's fine, but for a book cover with that background, it would be difficult to read from far away.
Yeah. So I might have to look for something different then. See, look at you already saving me from my first cover art snafu. All right. So as far as, oh, look, here's one. The trend now is those illustrated covers. No
I
problem.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you find all these cool graphics?
Right?
They were just in magazines. I just ripped pages
I'm
out of
using my
magazines.
Costco connection. I bet I won't have things like that. I have to find a historical
The title of my
here
book
at
is going to be
Costco.
like Louis Vuitton.
Well, you never know.
Come on, Costco, don't let me down.
You never know. I'm going to cut out no problem and save it just in case. I might find something else I like better during our discussion.
Oh, look at here.
Oh, there you go.
The play on words, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows who we're talking about, Ginger?
So there's another question. Do you have any input as far as A, the title, or B, the little catchphrases that go along with the title? Is that something that comes from you guys, or is that a publisher, or is that I guess if you self-publish, then you get to pick all of that, but what goes into choosing that stuff?
In my experience, it's always been my choice for the cover, for the title, and the tagline.
The tagline.
Okay.
Yeah.
The blurb.
I think that even with my publisher, when I come up with what I want to write and I send in what I want to write, and say, well, I would like this set of titles. Like right now, I'm writing a quartet of books. They're like, oh, okay, well, we've already used that one title, so you can't use that one. So change it to something else. So of course, they give me back input. It's hard to come up with a title that nobody's ever used, but if you use, sometimes you can differentiate your book by adding a subtitle like the series and stuff like that.
Right.
But with the editor had just released, publisher had just released a book not that long ago with the same title. I had to change one of mine. For my own books. Yeah, for my own books, of course, I research and I type in other titles into Amazon, make sure that, nobody's used the exact thing, hopefully. And then, and then the taglines are such a pain in the butt to come up with, but.
Oh no. I was
right, Kieran, we can write 100,000 words, and then they say, well, can you summarize it into a tagline? And we're like,
Well, especially it's the blurb that gets me. The blurb, because you're taking, 250-page book, and you're condensing it into one paragraph.
Right.
That's really hard without giving anything away. That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
That's a talent, and it's not a talent that I possess. So it's really a lot of work.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of authors actually that have little side gigs where they help people figure out blurbs.
Yes.
So I found another one. I don't know. This one might be another rom-com. Do you see what it says? The main event.
Main event.
Wow, you have some good ones. So should we tell everybody what they should be doing?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Look at you. Very nice, Hildie. Okay, so in the description for tonight's activity, it mentioned, but we'll go through it again. We are cutting up pages of magazines to cut out words or sentences or little phrases or pictures or things that we think would make a good book cover. And we're making our own book covers. So far, I'm going to make 2. And so far I've got the start of my sci-fi one, my fantasy one, but I haven't started my romance one yet. I'm working on that. So we're gonna title it, and we're going to put our pictures on and hopefully find a little catchphrase that we can stick on there. And while we're doing all of this, we're going to talk about the good and the bad and the ugly, well, hopefully not ugly, of cover art, and what catches people's attention and whatnot. And our lovely participating authors have both offered. And there you go. Kiernan's hitting gold over there.
Sorry.
No, you're good. They Kiernan and Hildie, there you go. Are both.
Do you remember this magazine? Do you remember this? I miss it.
Oh, RT, yes, I do.
I found these, and because like I said, I threw away accidentally on my other magazine, so I had to find stuff like the Costco connection. But I am still coming up with gold, baby. I'm gonna do a Regency or something historical.
Nice.
But I think he's too big. That's what she said. He doesn't fit on my page because he takes over the whole page, and that could just be the cover. Ta-da! Done.
Well, but for those of you who are going to be making a cover with us, which I encourage you to do so, find some old magazines. You'd be surprised what you can find. Oh, nice, Kiernan.
Oh, I like that. That could be a title.
You'd be surprised what you can find. In cooking magazines, most of my stuff came out of photography magazines. So you just flip through whatever you've got, find something that looks like it might work, even if you're taking it out of context, because those are the best. Cut them up, tape them or glue them down, and anybody who makes a cover with us tonight and posts a picture of it in the comments of this broadcast will be entered for a drawing for ebooks. From Hildie and Kiernan have both agreed to give away an ebook. If only between 1 to 5 people, nice. That's good, Hildie.
I just have to figure out her hair looks wonky.
Where to stick them. If up to 5 people leave a comment with a picture of their cover art, we will pick one winner, and that one winner will get both ebooks, one from Hildie and one from Kiernan. If more than 5 people post their cover art, then we will pick 2 winners, and one will get Hildie's book and one will get Kiernan's book. So I hope that we have more than 5 people do it, because I would love to see the cover art.
Yeah, come on, you guys, it'll be fun. It's like being back in kindergarten for a few minutes. Oh my goodness, what do you think about this?
Oh, that's amazing.
Ooh, nice.
That's a great title.
I have no idea what it'll mean, but I'm sure that the book would be awesome.
It will be awesome. And it's in a great font.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so back to the covers. Do the covers need to be a depiction of what's going to be in the book? Like, should the characters look like the characters in the book? Should the background of the cover art, should that be a location that's mentioned in the book? How much does the visual of the cover need to reflect what's actually happening in the story? Or should it just be eye-catching and let it be done with it?
No, everything about it should be about your story. In my opinion, every little part of it.
Yeah.
The background should be a location where the story could possibly take place or is taking place. I think one of the things that I hear most about readers, and it's always been my pet peeve as a reader, is when you have like a blonde hero and then you start reading and the hero has dark hair and you're like, well, who's the guy on the cover then?
Right, exactly.
You're like, no. So no, I think that to me, it has to have everything about this. It should be a little taste of what the story is about. When you look at the cover, you should automatically get a feeling for it.
I agree.
I agree too. I think there are some faction of cover making, whoever powers that be, that I don't think do that, and it has always confused me, but I imagine that there's a reason for it. I just don't know what it is.
I've heard before, yeah, I heard that in the past with what you call them, the big New York companies. Lots of times they hired the artists and had ideas in mind about the story, but the people who had to order the covers in advance, so they were not editing the story themselves. They just knew what the market wanted to see, and they would order the covers, and then the writer would get the cover and not have much of a say in it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just realized that people are watching me smell my book, but
oh no,
it's really good. It's a Chanel ad, and it's one of those open the thing and smell the.
Sure.
Really good.
Sure.
Oh, here's a good one. Look, love at first sight, SITE. That could be
cool.
Oh, that would be good about a couple of a computer geek and some girl or something.
Yeah.
Like that. She hired him to do her website.
There we go.
And
like
he thought
that.
she was, and he thought she was some kind of like a sex worker, and made the website really raunchy. And she's really like a babe, wants to be a nanny.
Oh, I'm trying to find one that's going to fit on my page. That one, so far, that one almost fits on my page. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, I sure don't have much to choose from.
What about? Oh, this is typical cover art right here.
Oh, I love
Yes.
that. That'd be
Yes, it
perfect. I need a contemporary couple or guy or something to make my contemporary one. Ooh, LGBTQ. Ha ha. By IR too.
There we go.
They were walking to the store and found out that they both wore the same color shoes. No, they have different color shoes. And even the title is Favorite Things.
Oh, that's
ready-made cover.
That's fantastic. So there you go. There's another one you can just cut out and paste, and you're done.
I am
that's
done.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a nice side little blurb bit. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna use this. I don't know what I'm gonna use it on, but I'm gonna use it for something. How to properly expose a politician.
That has a double entendre.
Yes, it does. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I think it's gonna find its way in something. I'm cutting it out. We'll see where it ends up.
I'm liking
definitely
it. What did I do with the
running for
purple
office and
paper?
used to be a male stripper.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, so back to covers. What about, are there any particular things that you think a cover has to have in order to be successful? Like, if it doesn't have blah, you don't think it's going to make the impact that it should. Obviously, it needs the title of the book and it needs the author's name, but what else? Is there anything else that it absolutely has to have?
You know, well, things change, and sometimes you can have certain things depending on your genre. Like, I don't know.
I think
So, like, if it's a
be-
historical book, is there something in particular that a historical book cover just absolutely has to have?
Well, lately, right now, they have to have either a couple or a guy, and not just the background. If it's Highlanders or some regencies, they use only like, what do you call it, like scenery.
Uh-huh.
But I think for the most part in historical, you have to have people on them.
Gotcha.
Now there's some very sweet historicals that have like a house and the prairie and the flowers and stuff like that, and then or a horse or something in the distance, and then you know that it's, or a carriage or something, and you know it's probably more along the sweet kind. But if it's not sweet, then it should have some indication that it's not sweet, or else you could get very confused, because it'll have like, you know, people be expecting something and they won't get it.
Right. Kiernan, how about your contemporary or fantasy or YA? Is there a particular thing that you just absolutely would have to have for a certain genre you're writing in?
I can tell you what I can't have, and that's clutter. Can't have clutter. Can't have too many different images, because the eye is then drawn away from the title. The title should be what really you remember of that book. It should be that title. And I mean, definitely your attractive cover art, because that's what's going to draw you to the book.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if it's too cluttered, then it distracts. And it's just, you know, makes my teeth hurt statistically.
Oh. So no particular aspects that you just absolutely have to have.
No, it all depends on the book, I think. It depends on the book. You know, I mean, like Mad About the Hatter, using that as an example. I can't imagine a cover without that top hat on it. You know,
right.
That absolutely had to have. For that book, though.
Yeah, I have
Bigger
this.
in Texas. Nice.
And then I found that.
Oh, cute.
Oh, very good.
You got some awesome images there. I'm jealous because I'm working with this page that I yanked out of a Southern magazine.
I might use this instead. Fun deep in the heart of Texas with her instead of bigger in Texas. I think that'll fit on the page better. All right, so stepping over to look at what comments and questions have come in.
Okay.
We have Susan says she's not crazy about the illustrated cover trend. So what do you guys think about that? Are you guys a fan of the illustrated covers, or are you not a fan?
I don't mind the illustrated covers depending on the genre of the book.
Gotcha.
If
that's
I was
cool.
writing an Old West book, I don't think I would want an Old Western. I wouldn't want a drawn, a drawn cover.
Gotcha.
But if I was writing a cozy mystery, I'd be perfectly happy with it.
Gotcha.
I like it on, like she said, on cozy mysteries. I like the illustrated covers, and there's some chick lit. But if it's regular contemporary romance, I prefer two real people on there.
Right.
Illustrated. So yeah, I kind of agree. I'm not crazy about them unless it's like chick lit, or some cozy mystery does lean itself to it. But.
Gotcha. All right, so let's see here. How do you feel about your cover model being on other books released around the same time as yours? So A, do you have any say over what pictures are being used? Well, I guess you both probably do. Is there anything you can do to keep your particular artwork from being used elsewhere? And if you do see that same model or a similar piece of art somewhere, is that an issue for you, or is it just no worries?
Not necessarily an issue for me. it doesn't, at least it hasn't happened to me,
Uh-huh.
really, so I couldn't really, I don't have really strong feelings about it. I know it
Right.
does happen, and if you're using stock photos, that's definitely a risk you take.
Right.
Unless you're going to pay for a cover model session to have your own
Mhm.
photos taken, you're going to risk
Gotcha.
someone else using that same image on a book cover. I mean,
Gotcha.
there are book covers. There was a website once that used to, I don't know if Hildie has ever run across this, but there was a website once that used to showcase all the different books that use the same cover model.
Oh, good
Like
Lord.
on all these different books, it's the
Oh,
same
my
guy,
word.
because everybody used that same image.
That's hilarious. How about you, Hildie? Do you have an issue with your cover model popping up other places?
I
Does it
prefer they
happen to
not,
you?
but there is it depends on, how picky you are about it. You can buy exclusivity to a certain picture, but not to
Right.
the cover model, obviously. So
Gotcha.
I think the problems come to be when the same cover, same colors, same font, but different titles. And that would, it's very worrisome. But for the most part, I've been pretty lucky because lately on my covers, my models, I haven't seen too many places.
Oh, that's cool.
Like all these guys, I only know one of them. The other ones, I don't know who they are. But I have not seen them in other places because I think the cover artists are pretty good at at making it look different. Right. They might use the exact, because I've seen some of my couples in other books, and I'm like, hey, they're on one of my covers, but it's so different because of the backgrounds they use, and they change the color of her dress and hair and everything, so that you're kind of like, cool beans, they managed to fix it in a way that you can't even tell it's the same.
And that's the magic of people who have the talent to do cover art. Like, that is not an easy skill.
It is not. That's another thing. Please don't ever try to make your own covers unless you're really good at it.
Tell me about it. And I can tell you a story about what we're doing right now. What we're doing right
Don't do what we're doing right now. Yeah.
Well, you can do what we're doing right now, but don't put it on a real book. Just put it on paper in your living room.
What we're doing right now is called Taste Up. And once upon a time, many, many years ago, not cover artists, but graphic designers used to be called commercial artists. And instead of using mice and computers, they used to use X-Acto knives and rubber cement to put covers together. They were called mock-ups, and it was Taste Ups. And that's exactly what this is. And that's what I did for a while.
Did you really?
Taste Ups, yeah.
Interesting.
And I hated every minute of it, because let me tell you, it was a pain in the butt.
Oh no!
You're cutting out those letters, and you're measuring to make sure that this title is going to be centered exactly in the middle of the page. Every letter, everything has to be measured by hand because there were no computers. So you're doing everything. Oh, that was a pain in the butt. They did not pay me enough for that job.
So let's see here. The next question is, Crystal says, what is a magazine? That's funny.
Good question.
I know.
Let's see here. Is there an author or publisher that you have seen out there in book world who is killing it with their covers consistently? So what are some of your favorites you've seen out there in the world of books?
Repeat. I don't have many magazines
with publishers anymore, so I can't really tell you, but I've dealt with cover artists.
Okay.
And I think there are some extremely talented cover artists out there. Alexandria Cortez, who does my covers, of course. I'm a little biased, but
yeah. Well, a good cover's a good cover.
I love her to pieces. Paul Richmond, he's an amazing artist, and I love his covers. So yeah, there are individuals that I admire greatly, and I would fight you for a cover from these
Yeah. That's cool. Kiernan or Hildie?
I love her covers.
people.
Trish did her covers, didn't she? I'm pretty
sorry?
sure Trish did her. I think Trish did her covers.
I don't know who does them, but
Patricia Smith.
the
I know
first,
she used to do them.
this one, first grave on the right. I mean, all of them. They're so eye-catching, and they don't have a lot of stuff on them. It's like Kiernan said, you don't have to have a lot of stuff on them to catch
Right.
the eye. You just have to be, yeah. Don't do this. But that's gonna be my cover for Kissed by Frost.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
sassy and southern book. And I'm
I
gonna do
like
another
it.
one on the back.
Well, I had to switch because I wasn't finding anything for my alien book. So what I'm gonna
Oh.
do instead is I found this really cool wolf. It looks like wolf shifters.
Oh yeah.
And then I found this, the new leader. So I'm gonna make a
Ooh,
paranormal
yeah,
book.
that'll be nice.
So that's gonna be mine. All right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Patricia Smith was the one who used to do. I don't know if she's done all of them, but I'm pretty sure she used to do Dorinda's covers.
What is her last name?
SCHMITT, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure she went under as Trisha or Trish rather than Patricia for her artwork, if I'm not mistaken. And she went to a couple of the like convention, like RT and Authors After Dark and things like that back years ago. I don't know if she's still doing cover art anymore though, but I'm pretty sure she's the one who did Dorinda's first few.
Okay.
And she did some for lots of authors that were really, really good. I have Tony Morrow has been one of my favorite cover artists for a very long time, and also Dan DeSantos. Tony Morrow does probably dozens of different authors, but the one that caught my attention to begin with was he used to do all of Yasmin Gallagher's covers. So I have quite a few prints of his stuff that he did. And also Dan DeSantos does Patricia Briggs's covers and Diane, oh my Lord.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot her name.
What genre, what books?
Urban fantasy. It's the Kara Gillian books. What the heck, man? I can see the covers in my head, but I can't think of her name. Well, I'll remember it. But Dan DeSantos and Tony Morrow are two of my favorites. And they do stunning work. I love just about everything that they do. So that's been pretty cool. Let me see what other questions we've got here before we come back to mine. Susan says she remembers doing paste ups. I'm sorry?
I can't believe I can't find any couples in my Costco connection, but I found one.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Susan says she remembers doing paste ups for her high school newspaper. And I used to do the same for my newspaper. We used to have to cut and tape everything together and put the rolls of straight lines to separate things and to outline stuff. Yeah, I used to do the same thing. I'm so excited I found this wolf picture in my new paranormal cover. I'm excited.
That is really cool. So,
all right,
so an entire library. Have you noticed?
I am making. Well, I'm making a.
I know. That's just like kicking our butts.
I'm making a Western romance and a paranormal romance, apparently. Or maybe this might not be a paranormal romance. Maybe this.
Kiernan, you haven't shared what you got so far.
I don't have anything yet. I keep getting bits and pieces.
Is it like
there you go.
They make a cool couple. I just have to figure out what to do with them.
Aww.
Isn't that cute?
This looks like the beginning of a book that has a very odd middle.
Oh yeah, like
that does not look like the beginning of Happy Times.
It's like, who the hell are you talking to, bro? Sir, we're about to get married.
Or maybe they just got married. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's going to be the story. I need somebody to write that story. Somebody probably has written that story,
She's
actually.
probably overheard him say something, and that's why the expression, or maybe they were supposed to do their first dance, and she's like, where the hell did groom go? And she finds him outside and telling somebody, yeah, I'm at a wedding, but I'll call you back as soon as it's over and we can hang out.
Okay, so this is here's my
Very
Western
cute.
rom-com so far. I've got to find my
Nice.
tagline, and then this is my urban fantasy, the new leader.
Nice. Wow, you're doing well.
So I've got to find taglines and little accent pictures.
I have to find a title for mine.
I'm sure you will find a title.
I can find flowers because all I have is freaking Southern Lady and Hostel magazine. I do have a health book here. But I don't think Your Health Today is a good title for a book.
Probably not. I just found a fantastic title for either a chick lit best friends novel or a lesbian romance. Ready?
Oh, nice.
It came out of my sister's photography magazine, so it's about female photographers was the actual true article. But I think that is a fantastic title for something. Somebody to write that. We need somebody to write that.
I need another part, but look, is Relief a good title?
Hey, it could be.
It's from my health magazine.
It could be, depending on what your picture is. So,
so far as that couple.
Okay, so I've got an astronomer guide. I guess it's a contemporary romance, I would think. It's called Now I See.
There you go.
Oh, nice. See,
I like it. I like
I
it.
actually found two things and was able to put them together. Yay.
Fantastic.
Oh no, my health magazine is falling apart.
I've got the right impression, but I don't have anything to go with that. So I just need to find
Stop.
something.
You got all the good ones. I have nothing.
This looks like a moody YA book.
I have a
Yes.
easing back into outdoor activities.
Let's see here. Apparently, Crystal is having a problem finding swoony men in her Kohl's ads that she's using because she didn't have a magazine. She's looking through the ad papers. So no swoony men. So she's writing a women's fiction, she says. She's making a women's fiction. Yeah. So hey, that works.
It works, exactly. Hey, at least it's better than Costco. They're not romantic at all. What's wrong with them?
Oh, this would make a sweet cover.
What is it?
I don't like pregnancy romance.
Oh, that's a belly. I thought it was the other end. And I'm like, Jennifer, what kind of book do you have there?
It's like, go, Jennifer. It's on the bum. Some people like pregnant romance or babies and stuff. I'm like, oh no, no babies.
Babies are big sellers right now.
Babies?
And children. Especially cowboys with children.
I guess because I don't like babies in real life. Hey, they're squishy.
Well, they are squishy, but they are super popular right now. You are correct. I don't know. This could be an interesting tagline.
For a fresh twist on holiday.
And if Fisher was the character in the book,
yeah,
like that could be a tagline. I don't know what the cover would be, but
I don't know what that tagline would mean.
Is he a caterer?
Could be. Or maybe he could be a DJ for holiday parties.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That could be interesting. Fresh twist on holiday entertaining. Maybe he's a stripper for Christmas parties.
Maybe.
Or a caterer, or a sexy caterer.
Could be. This holiday, let Betty do the measuring. never know about these things.
You know what? This is harder than it looks because I can't even figure how to put things down. Total
Which is
respect.
why none of us are cover artists.
No, I mean, can't even find the right magazines.
Well, I don't know how many people. Oh, hold on. Look at this. I need to figure out a way to fit this guy onto my cover.
Ooh.
He reminds
I don't know
me of
Who is
somebody.
that? He looks familiar.
Yeah, he
I
does
don't
look
know.
familiar.
He's in a Walmart ad on this page.
Oh,
Oh, he looks like an actor that I saw
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, this guy's an actor.
yes,
Really?
he is.
So I've heard that there was somebody who tried to do their own covers, and I don't know who it is. And if you happen to know, then don't say it. But I heard that somebody who was trying to do their own covers actually used like publicity photos of an actual actor. So
Ouch.
yeah, that's a no-no. So what do you think are some other no-nos, things that you absolutely do not want to include on a cover at all, ever? What do you think?
Don't ever purposely copy someone else's cover.
No, even if
Gotcha.
it looks like
That's
no.
poor taste, poor form.
Right.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's tempting when you see something that totally is beautiful and you're like, oh my God, this captures my story. I mean, you can use it as inspiration, but it should not look anything like
Right.
the original. But if you
Right.
can use it as inspiration. Who is that? I think last name is Forrest. What is
Dump?
Huh?
Dump?
Dumb
I don't
Forrest?
know.
Oh God,
I
no.
know.
She does like a YA, and she had a picture of this haunting girl walking in the forest. Oh my goodness, what is her name?
I don't know.
Maybe her name was Forrest, or she walked in the forest. I don't know. Anna, no. Shoot. Anyway, it's a YA paranormal, I think, and she has these covers that were so pretty, hauntingly beautiful, and people, so many people try to copy that.
Oh, that's too bad.
I always wondered what she thought of it, because I know I saw many that are obviously were inspired by her cover.
Uh-huh.
So it looked kind of like Bella Forrest. Let me see if I can find that cover. And when I show it to you guys are gonna go like, oh yeah, we've seen something just like that.
Yeah.
Because so many people have covered.
I'm having to redesign my my urban fantasy cover so that I can fit my dude on it. Okay, y'all don't say anything about my blending skills or lack thereof. Now I need to figure out where to put the tagline. I got to find a tagline to go in this.
Oh, I think she must have changed the cover because now I don't see it. She should have, because so many people copied it.
Here's a psychological thriller. Big D's Capture Shop.
What does that even mean?
Well, it came out of photography magazine. There's no telling. Capture, I would imagine, has to do with the photo, the picture being taken.
But the big D kind of throws it where if it was going to be a psychological thriller, it's like the killer is known as Big D.
Yeah.
And that sends my mind to naughty places. Not
Perfect Solution. That could have been a good book cover or book title.
uh-huh.
Perfect Solution.
You
I'm
have.
trying to find. I've changed my urban fantasy. This is now my urban fantasy cover.
Nice.
New leader. But now I've got to find the tagline to go in here. So what about empty space? Because that's what I'm dealing with right here. I've got this empty
Yeah, but
space
usually
here.
that's where the tagline would go. But also the thing about covers is that every single inch is usually used. You use
Yeah.
a little bit of space you have for something that will help sell your
Right.
book.
There's
Yeah.
definitely something to be said, I think, though, for negative space,
Mhm.
which is what you're talking about when there's empty space. Like, for example, if you look at the Coastal Magic logo right
Huh.
behind Jennifer's head, you can see the negative space between the palm tree and the West Coastal. And that works really well because it draws attention to the West Coastal.
Right.
Your eye kind of drifts in that direction.
Gotcha.
So I think, again, it goes back to everything being too busy. You have to have an eye for it.
Right.
Usually the empty spaces are filled with color or blending of some sort.
Yeah,
So, yeah, not a whole bunch of stuff.
right.
This one would have been good. Pushing the edges.
That would be like a romantic suspense. That's what that font looks like to me.
I've got two that could be used for taglines, but neither one really goes for. Actually, I've got three. I'm gonna give you three different taglines that I found. You guys tell me which one should be for my urban fantasy. I've got "We're expecting big things." Not sold on that one.
Okay.
I've got "Shoot for greatness."
Shoot for greatness.
I've got "Real life made digital," which I don't like. That would be for like some cyber thriller type story. So I don't think that one's gonna work. I have to keep looking.
Yeah, work on it.
DeLorean is saying that people are having a hard time posting their pictures on the comments. So, nice.
So I think I'm gonna add weekend somewhere on here because
There you go. Weekend relief. Very cool.
And then I'm gonna find a tagline so that it doesn't sound like they're taking it, X-Lax or something.
That's funny. Let's see here. I am going to, you should be able to post pictures in the comments, if not on the Facebook page where this is broadcasting originally, in the Coastal Magic authors and attendees group, where this is being streamed to. So like it's coming live to the Coastal Magic page, the public page that everybody can access. And then we're streaming it into our group, which is a public group. You're welcome to join it. All you have to do is ask and you go right in. There's no fancy approvals or anything. It's being streamed into that group. So you should be able to post your picture of your finished cover either on the page or in the group. Either one of those two places is fine. It will still count. If you are having a problem with that, then you can also message Coastal Magic Convention. If you send me a message with your cover art picture, finished cover, I will post it for you in one of those places, and it will also be considered eligible. So however you want to do that, if you can post it yourself, fantastic. If you can't, send it to me at the Coastal Magic page. Just send me a message with your cover art. I will look for it and I will post it, and it will be considered eligible for the prize. So don't worry about it. If you're having a hard time getting it posted, we will take care of that for you. I just found this guy. I like this guy.
Ooh.
Oh, I like him.
He looks good. I don't have a place to put him though, so he's just gonna have to be extra. Not bad to have
like a rocker romance or something like that would be cool for that one.
Yeah, I agree. So I am still looking for my tagline. I'm tempted to put "The fresh twist on holiday entertaining" in there, even though that's probably not a good tagline for that.
Keep trying.
I could put "Love at first sight" in there, but no, probably not. Oh, here we go. Look. The new leader, how to properly expose a politician. Maybe he's a politician who is also a werewolf shifter. Look at that. That's totally going to be my tagline. That's my tagline, y'all. That's it. I'm taking it down.
That is too funny.
We're done. That's it. There we go. So that's my urban fantasy.
I like that. That has turned out really good. Dang it.
And then I'm here. This is my Western rom-com, but I don't have a tagline for her yet. I got to find her a tagline. Let's see here. I think somebody sent in their cover art. Okay, so here's this. This is Crystal's cover art. You ready? I want to pull it up so we can all see it.
Yes.
What is hers? Ready for an Upgrade is the name of her book. And here's her cover art.
Nice.
Oh, cute.
I like
Ready
it.
for an upgrade.
You go, girl.
She's got wine. She's all styling in her cute clothes. Let's see what her tagline says.
She is going to find her a new man or
Something.
find a dog or a
I
cat.
can't hardly read that tagline. So maybe Crystal, make a comment and tell us what your tagline says, because I can't read it from that picture. But
Good
that's
job.
a cute
Good
picture.
job, Crystal.
Totally a good cover. I approve wholeheartedly.
Jennifer approves.
I approve. And that has
Jennifer
everything it needs.
approves.
It's got a good tagline. It's got catchy images. It's got some good negative space.
Exactly.
So Crystal got the memo. Good job. Good job.
And she did it with a Kohl's thing, a sale paper, right?
Right.
With our sale papers. Yeah.
See? All of us can be cover artists. We just have to go to the mailbox or the trash can and dig that stuff out.
I'm trying to find something in what I have left to make a catchphrase or a tagline for my Western rom-com. Oh, here we go. We're expecting big things because things in Texas are bigger.
Yeah. That's a
There
good
we
one.
go. That's it.
I couldn't find a dog or a cat, but I did find a bee. So maybe while they're on their weekend relief, they're gonna get stung by a bee.
Uh-oh.
And that's why they need relief.
That's your conflict. Oh, maybe one of them gets stung by the bee and the other one is the doctor at the resort medic
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'm putting my tagline on.
And because
Kiernan, how close are you?
Huh?
Getting yours done.
And because
How
she's
close-
really extremely allergic to bee, she has to suck the poison out with her mouth.
Oh, possibly.
So my
Awesome.
tagline is a sweet surprise. And Van
Nice.
Atkins is the author.
Okay.
And the title's Weekend Relief with a bee on it. Voila.
Very cool. I like it. Good job.
Merci beaucoup.
I'm the author. I'm gonna have to write my name on here. My author name font is just gonna be my handwriting.
And what is your author name?
I don't know. I'll
You don't
figure it
have
out in this.
You haven't come up with your pen name?
I have not. We're expecting big things. Fun deep in the heart of Texas. So that's my
Ooh.
Western rom-com.
I love that. Your author name can be Morris Jeniston.
Okay. And here's my urban fantasy, political intrigue shifter
That's right.
novel.
Cool. I like.
Cool, I like that.
That's the guy that looks like an author we can't. Actor we can't
Yeah.
place.
Delorian sent me a message. She said he was a dancer on, hang on. His name is Mark Ballas from Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, I knew it
Yeah.
was
That makes.
somewhere.
I knew he looked familiar. He's doing
Yeah.
a JCPenney magazine.
A Walmart ad.
Really? Is he selling something with his brand on it or something?
I don't know.
Oh.
We've got one more question, and then I'm gonna have you guys give us a little rundown of what you've got going on in your writer worlds and where people can find you online. Okay, so our last question is, what is the cover process for you? Do you have a lot of samples? Do you poll your readers? Do you just make an executive decision? Does the designer get to pick? How do you choose your cover art? So we'll start with Kiernan, then we'll do Hildie, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay, usually, well, at least the cover artists that I work with will send me a little questionnaire,
Okay.
asking me different questions that I fill in the information for about the book, what the basic plot, what the characters are like, what they look like,
Mhm.
what genre it is, Just real basic stuff, and then ask me what I would like to see on the cover. If I have any
Okay.
specific ideas, any specific colors that I have in mind, and then I give them my feedback, and then I ship that back to the artist, and they will come up with a cover, send it back to me, and then I'll look at the cover and I'll decide whether I need changes made, if I like it, if it's
Mhm.
completely, off the mark. And then I will send it back with my comments, and then I will eventually get a final cover.
Excellent. And so do you have any kind of veto power at that point, or is the final cover and you're done?
It depends on the contract that you have with your artist. Usually they'll give you a couple of redos, but they're not going to go on forever, which I don't
Right.
blame them for.
Right.
Usually I haven't had that issue where I've actually hated the cover at the end.
Cool. How about you, Hildie? What's your process like?
On my wonderful cover, I have two cover artists, but my Highlander cover artist has done these books here and also actually did my contemporaries. Her name is Dar Albert, and she is amazing when it comes to historical romance covers. Usually what I'll say, because I'm not creative, I'm not imaginative, but I'm a visual person. So I kind of tell her, I want a guy who, and she already knows I like muscular men. And I'll say he is blonde and has this color eyes. If he has a little bit of a beard shade, then I'll tell her that. Right. I'll say I would like something that like my guy for the book, The Beast. Let me grab it. He has a horrible past, so I told her I don't want a lot of color on this cover. I want it to have a very somber tone to it compared to the lion, who is bright in yellow. I said, right. So I usually say something very, to me, I'm like, how she comes up with what she comes up with. I would be so frustrated. It's like, lady, what do you want? And I'll just say, a guy, somber, maybe, he fights with swords, or I'll say what he does. Some of them are archers or whatever they do. And every once in a while, I will add a little something that I want in the background. But for the most part, I say, just do your magic. And she comes back and I'm like, that's it. Very rarely have I had to go turn around and say, can you do this differently? Actually, on all these guys here, it was the first. She sent it to me and I was like, because we've been working for so long that I think she knows what I like.
Right.
When it comes to Regency, I work with Erin. I feel bad, I don't remember her name right now. But she and I have to go like a couple times sometimes, but she normally gets me because she does more of the women with the flowing dress and the bright colors. And for me, she's done very bright colors like yellows and teals and stuff, and I love her style. And with her, sometimes I have to go back and say, can you like the background, I wanted this or I wanted that, and she'll make the change. But yeah, it's a fun process. And what's cool about it is that I have to have my cover before I start writing the book. I don't know what it is. I like to Kiernan, do you get yours before you write or after?
I get mine after I write.
Yeah, it's funny because every author's different. I want to have mine before, so I'll have my manuscript on the screen and then the cover next to it as I'm writing. And I'll have a picture of Muse of him and a picture of Muse of her. So there's all this clutter on my screen while I'm writing. So I'm like, shit, I don't remember. Then I'll think, oh yeah, this is him. So
hey, if that works for you, then
it does.
Good job. At least you figured out that that's the process.
These are my covers. This one is like not very nice. Oh wait, the earth clung to my cover. I was like, what happened? The earth wants to be on my cover, but I don't think it will.
Oh, that's sweet.
I thought it was cute because it was a heart-shaped earth. I was gonna use it.
It is very cute.
Yeah.
It is very cute.
So
okay, so just as a reminder, if you have played along and made a cover with us tonight, you are welcome to post it on the Public Coastal Magic page where this is broadcasting live. You may also post it in the authors and attendees group where we have streamed this into that group. Or if you are having a problem posting it in one of those two spots, you can send it to me at the Coastal Magic just send me a message at the Coastal Magic Facebook page, and I will post it for you under one of those spaces, and you will be eligible for the contest as well. So I'm going to say maybe till tomorrow night. What do we think? Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, we'll cut off. So anytime between now and tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern. That way, anybody who catches this later tonight or tomorrow and watches and makes something during the replay, they can participate and maybe win a prize as well. So we will announce the prize winner tomorrow night. In the meantime, Kiernan, where will people be able to find more about you and your books that have these awesome covers on them?
And where's your cover?
Oh yeah, that's right. You got to show us your cover.
I haven't finished it yet. I'm very slow.
That's okay.
It's gonna be a cozy mystery. And
I love it.
It's murder, and it'll have some kind of play on words of pause or something.
That's cool. So you can post it. You can post it in the comments, and so we'll see it in the comments of the video.
Yeah, we'll do the same.
So where's your social media and website?
My website is still under construction, both of them. But I do have my Facebook group, my Facebook pages, my Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, it's Kiernan Kelly. You'll find me. And my group is Kiernan's Little Monsters. So you can join that, and that's where I post when I'm having my new releases, and you get first crack at, doing art and things like that.
Very cool.
Or you will once I actually finish writing another book.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, Hildie, where do people find you online?
All over the world. I am the internet. I am on Facebook most of the time. Every morning I come on in there and just Hildie McQueen, and I have an author page. I think it's author Hildie McQueen, and also Instagram Hildie McQueen. I have a website. My website's kind of it's kind of janky, but it serves its purpose, and it's hildiemcqueen.com.
Excellent. I remember the author's name, Diana Rowland.
Oh, yay!
Oh my word!
Now we all have to look her up.
I heart her. I've met her a couple of times. She is a sweetheart, and I love her books. And the idea that I'd forgotten her name was making me so sad.
And you like her covers?
I do. Dan DeSantos, who, like I said, he does her covers, and he does covers for a lot of people, but he does hers, and he does Patricia Briggs's covers. I see him at DragonCon every year, and he is another one who's a sweetheart. I have I think I have almost the entire Terry Gilliam series from Diana Rowland signed by Diana and Dan DeSantos. So they both signed them off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right, guys. We are done with our cover art, cover design 101 for this evening. We are waiting for Hildie. Take a picture of your covers so we can post them underneath the panel for people to see. Kiernan, when you're done with yours, take a picture and we'll post it. I'm going to take a picture of mine. We'll post it, and then we'll look for readers who have done theirs, and we'll pick some winners tomorrow night for some ebooks. All right, ladies, I appreciate you taking some time to play with me this evening, and we will see both of you in panels and things happening later this virtual Coastal Magic.
Yes, I will be back on Friday.
Yes.
The next time.
Fantastic.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll be back on Friday, and I will be live streaming or joining the panel from a boat.
Nice.
Aboard ship, the Disney Dream.
Wow.
Nice.
That's fun. Very cool.
Where's my invitation? Where's our invitation, Jennifer?
I don't know. We'll have to catch her next time, I guess. All right, ladies. Thank you so much. Have a good night. We'll see the rest of you for the rest of Coastal Magic this weekend.
Bye.
Good night.